process that has been in place over the last 30 hours. I will ask you to continue to honor the process as we move forward. I will not address any questions regarding the ongoing investigation by the Indiana State Police. The Indiana State Police recently released a statement regarding their ongoing investigation, and I ask you to refer all questions regarding that investigation to that statement. Let me begin by thanking our first responders here in our community, specifically Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter, Richmond Police Department Chief Branham, Wayne County Sheriff Kappa, and all of the individuals who work with them. Their response yesterday, the professionalism they showed, was amazing. I also want to thank our teachers, our administrators, and our staff members for the professional manner in which they responded yesterday to incidents that nobody could imagine or even think of in their worst times. I want to thank our community partners and the organizations that have come forward to help us and surround not only our community, but our students and staff with their support, with continual donations of different things and offers of support moving forward. I'd also like to thank those across our state and our country who have emailed, called, texted with offers of support, opportunities to donate different services to us. We definitely appreciate all of the things that they've been providing for us. Moving forward, I'd like to let you know some of the things that we're doing currently for our staff members. This morning we met with the staff at Dennis Intermediate School, and we are providing ongoing opportunities for them to get together to talk, also to have services for counseling and different things that they may need as they go through this time. Supports for our students today, the Boys and Girls Club of Wayne County, specifically here in Richmond, offered and opened up their West Side location here. They're a great long-standing partner with Richmond Community Schools, and they have opened up their building today from 9 till 3 just for our students at Dennis. Meals were provided there for both students and parents, and counseling services and other organizations are there to help them as well. Plans for next week at this time are still fluid. We are working through that. Plans will be posted on our website on Monday, most likely in the morning, just laying out what we will be doing with our students at Dennis before the last couple of days before Christmas break. We will also release that information through our social media channels and get that information out in every way possible to our parents, our community members, and our stakeholders. At this time, I will open it up for Q&A, and again, please honor the no questions about the investigation as we move forward.
Todd, John Fidel with WHIO-TV in Dayton. Two things. One, do you all have Dennis back from ISP? Is it for how you've seen it no longer? Does the district have it? And two, we know this young man was not a current RCS student. Was he ever at one point? Is he a former RCS student? Was he ever enrolled in your district?
Sure. So the first question there, do we have, has the Dennis Intermediate School been turned back over to Richmond Community Schools? Yes. That took place just a little bit ago. I believe the Indiana State Police released that statement. We do have control of that building at this time, and we're working through preparing that building and getting it ready for our students and returning it back to the state it was in before the incident that took place yesterday morning. As far as the individual, at this time I'm not at liberty to talk. I am at liberty. I choose not to talk about him and his status with Richmond Community Schools, other than to say he was not a student at this time.
Is there anything you want to say personally to the parents?
Of our students?
Yes.
Absolutely. We appreciate them very much. They have done a great job. Their patience has been above expectations. Being a parent myself, I can't imagine the things that they were going through yesterday. And even knowing with the statement that we released saying that all of our students were safe, still not having your student with you where you can reach over and grab them and hug them and love on them, I know is challenging. But their patience as we went through the reunification process, which took us from the first call until the last student was with their parents, was less than 6 hours. While we know that felt like an eternity, really operated pretty efficiently. But we appreciate them and their continued support of our schools.
Have there been any bullying going on here at the school when he was in the school here, and what would you have to say about any kind of bullying?
Once again, I'm not going to confirm that he has been a student here in the past. I'm not going to talk about that at this time.
Or any bullying going on at school?
That's a very broad question.
How do you handle it?
How do we handle bullying? We have a bullying policy that we adhere to.
Todd, we know that this 911 call gave your staff and police valuable minutes to be able to put this school on lockdown, to be able to basically, for the police, meet this kid there. For your staff, any active shooter training that you all have gone through in the past, how did that help you all yesterday save lives, and when was the most recent time you remember putting staff or students through any type of active shooter training like that?
So we have very extensive protocols for all of our different drills that we go through, emergency drills, active shooter, lockdown procedures that we go through on a regular basis. And our teachers work through that continuously. One of the things that we made a real point of emphasis when I came to the school district was making sure that we had a certified school safety specialist in every building. And I think we saw evidence of that yesterday and how the situation played out. We continually review that. The most recent time, teachers had a tabletop exercise regarding lockdown procedures within the last few weeks.
Do you have any numbers on how many students and teachers took advantage of the counseling?
Yeah, I don't at this time. That's still going on right now, and I haven't been able to get that information or haven't been privy to it yet today.
To continue on that, I know that you guys have an understanding, that parents didn't want to bring their kids to school today. We fully understand. Do you know how attendance was today?
I do not have the attendance rate today. I know that our attendance is not what it normally is on a Friday before Christmas break, but I do not have that information in front of me at this time.
Any changes to your policy? And I'm thinking maybe the back doors were all glass, perhaps.
Sure. At this time, we haven't had the opportunity to sit down and evaluate those, to talk through what different things could have happened or maybe should happen moving forward. That is something that will be ongoing conversations throughout the next several weeks.
Can you briefly describe the Richmond Board of Education counseling program for students when they go through trauma like this?
Sure. So we currently have an agreement within our buildings with the mental health organization, and they provide ongoing services there. They go well above and beyond the contracted services that we have, and I'm not prepared to speak to those specifically, but they're in each of our buildings. We continue to do that. We have a close relationship with our ministerial association here in Richmond, and the pastors are a great part of our processes as well, and we appreciate their support. And we just continue to reach out, and ultimately, whatever the needs are of our kids, we're going to make sure that those are met.
Will that be offered also to not only the kids but the teachers as well?
Absolutely. So this morning we met with teachers and began that process. And I think it's really important to note we have an ongoing policy or procedures for our staff members regarding that. But it's not only the teachers and the students at Dennis. There was impacts that were felt throughout our community, throughout our schools, brothers, sisters, siblings in other buildings. And it's important to make sure that we meet the needs of them as well.
You had 3 resource officers in the school at the time, is that correct?
We have 4 resource
Or
officers.
Dennis?
They were on their way once they got the call.
Are
Yep.
they with the police department, or are they?
Sure, our partnership for our resource officers is through Wayne County Sheriff's Department.
So are they armed?
Yes,
Were any on campus before that call was made?
yes.
How many were on campus?
The one who is assigned to Dennis was there.
You talked about that plan earlier, Todd. Is that SRO that is a Wayne County SO deputy, is that part of it, and what difference did he or she make being there ahead of whatever the initial response was from RPD and any other police agencies that responded?
Sure. Yes, they are part of Wayne County Sheriff's Department. They are full officers of the department. What was the impact or benefit of them being there beforehand? As we talked with the teachers today, it was undeniable, the impact. The drills that they do, him knowing that building in such a way, the other resource officers having that familiarity with our building, more so than the responding police, which was unbelievable, the amount of officers who were there within minutes. It was crucial because then as they grouped up with different groups, they were able to have that inside understanding and knowledge of our building to move efficiently and effectively.
I think a lot of people would want to know what would make someone bring a gun to school, whether he was here to the school or not. And so far, we're not getting any answers on that. And also, just, have you guys had any other issues with students bringing guns to school?
I would love to know what makes an individual bring a gun to school. I don't have an answer for that. I think that's something that as a country, as a society, we've got to try and get a better handle on. I don't know.
Any other problems with students bringing guns to school this year? Or?
Not recently, no.
Have you heard from other school officials, administrators across the country who've gone through this as well?
Absolutely. We've heard Superintendent McCormick is a personal friend, and heard from her while the situation was in progress. Had an opportunity to speak with her early yesterday afternoon, and then again communicated with her last night. Have heard from the department head and the different people there who are responsible for school safety plans, and talked with them through text mainly about the different things. People have reached out from across the superintendent network that we have and the different networks that we have established. Noblesville has reached out, not only from the superintendent's office, but also the mayor's office. And Mayor Snow and I will be reaching out to them sometime next week just to talk through what's next. What can we expect 2 weeks from now? What can we expect 4 weeks from now as we move forward?
Would you be willing to elaborate on what everything that went well, the way the program was designed for this kind of attack on the school?
Absolutely.
As far as the teachers are concerned and the principal as well.
Sure. One of the things that we think is critical in our school safety plans, without going into detail of what those are, and I hope all of you understand why we can't do that, is the necessity for our teachers to feel like they can put a building on lockdown. And that's what took place in this situation. A teacher made a call, determined that that's what the best plan of action was, and we went forward with that, and that saved lives.
Having talked to a student myself, I can tell you that one of the students said to me that they felt comfortable when the teacher calmed them down after what the announcement the principal made at the school. Is that part of the program as well? Absolutely,
and it depends, because to say that they're going to communicate with them, that may not be a bullet point, but it is something that we expect our administrators, our teachers, our staff members, all staff members are educators here in Richmond Community Schools, and they're professionals in what they do, and we ask them to use their professional judgment. I will tell you that in any school safety plan, the most impactful piece of that is the human element. You can have all kinds of different things in place. If you don't have that human element where people are willing to step up and make the call at that point in time, feel empowered to make that call, feel prepared to make that call, it's going to be even more of a challenge and a struggle as you go through that. Our teachers will tell you that they felt very prepared. Our kids will tell you that they felt very prepared. And because of that, this situation could have been a lot worse, and we are very thankful for the way that our adults and our students responded.
You guys even talked about that Monday's report meeting. We know from the minutes in the video, school entrances and security at your elementary schools is brought up. Any of this that happened yesterday, does that get reviewed and maybe folded into some of that work that's in the works with the district now, with
Sure.
the design firm you guys have been talking to?
So the board meeting was Wednesday, actually
Sorry,
just hours before the incident took place. All of this will be reviewed, absolutely. And we'll continue to look at the different things that took place and look at our procedures and our policies moving forward.
after the school shooting in Noblesville, were there changes that you guys made with your school safety plans? Was there anything you looked at differently?
You know, I think the one thing we felt really comfortable with our safety plan in the building. One of the things that was really brought out to me, or an importance was placed on, was the reunification plan, and seeing the challenges that they face there, especially with getting people in and out of the buildings because of the streets and the layout around the schools. And so we intentionally spent quite a bit of time this summer making sure that our reunification plan was what it needed to be. Our Chief Operations Officer, Rob Tidrow, led that charge and worked with our administrative team here in this building and also in our schools and through our Teachers Association and on to our teachers in the building level. And we executed that, I don't want to say flawlessly, because I'm sure there's always something that could have been better. But yesterday we were able to really implement that plan, and it relieved a lot of stress and helped us be able to get our students back to their parents as quickly as possible. But that was something that we really focused on, and we try to learn from every situation that takes place of how we can move forward in the best interest of our students.
When will the official fall break take place for your students?
I'm sorry?
When will the official fall break start for Christmas, the Christmas season?
Christmas break starts Wednesday after school, so Thursday will be the first day off.
Some parents and people watching me at home may wonder why you're choosing not to release anything about whether that kid was a former student, and what would be your response to that?
At this time, I'm just not prepared to do so. I just don't have that information with me. Yeah.
So is it you personally, or is it sometimes state law or anything like that? Or?
I'm just not prepared to do so. Last question?
Biggest challenge in the days ahead, how do you make students feel safe again?
That is the biggest challenge. What I can tell you is that moving forward, and part of the reason why our students are in school today in all of our other buildings is because we have to bring a sense of normalcy back to our community. We are the biggest economic development tool that our region has. We are also the biggest stabilizing tool that our students have. Moving forward is that reassurance to parents that the best interests of their kids is going to continue to be at the focus of everything we do. I absolutely understand their hesitancy with that, and we understand that moving forward. Therein, that will be the biggest challenge that we face, is to get back to a sense of normalcy here in Richmond, Indiana, which is a great place to be. But we will come back from it. We will do the things that we need to. We are Richmond, and we are going to continue to move forward with this. I thank you guys for being here today. Thanks.
All right, everybody, if you have any additional questions, you guys can email me, and we can look at getting some more information to you. My email address is bhazelbaker